Welcome back YouTube community, this is Prithvi Trinath. In this video, we'll be looking at the estimation of respiratory rate and pulse rate from a signal, from PPG signal and respiratory signal, which is filled with noises. So, and currently with the COVID outbreak throughout the world and this infection and this virus infecting millions of people throughout the world, we need to find these respiratory rate and pulse rate play an important role in determining the situation of the patient currently, of the victim. So there are quite many importance of pulse rate and respiratory rate. Respiratory rate is basically a clinical sign that represents ventilation. A change in respiratory rate is often the first sign of deterioration as the body attempts to maintain oxygen levels to different tissues. The failing to recognize the early signs of deterioration can result in poor outcomes for the patients. Studies show that respiratory rate can be used to predict patients at the risk of even cardiac arrest, and this and of course pulse rate are quite useful even in the monitoring of health conditions of the COVID patients. So as you can see, this is the problem statement which we are trying to solve, so you can find the sheet attached in the video in the video description. So I'm not reading everything. So we can record the PPG signal from using a PPG sensor. So PPG sensor is a inexpensive and uncomplicated instrument. So that is the very advantage of PPG sensor, but it comes at a cost. The disadvantage of PPG sensor is it is highly prone to noises. So, but thanks to our digital signal processing techniques, we can remove various noises. Using number of techniques, from which few of which we'll be discussing in this video. So basically, our PPG signal frequency range is from 0.5 to 5 hertz, and you can see the BPM also. It is nothing but into 60. And respiratory signal frequency range is from 0.1 to 1 hertz. These are the ideal ranges. We are sampling it at 100 hertz. So, but these are always filled with noises. The noises we consider are baseline Wander component, which has frequency less than 0.08 hertz, which occurs due to the slight movement in our chest, and also the instrument effects, which have frequency higher than 25 hertz. So in order to detect the pitch period or pulse rate and respiratory rate, we need to first clean the signal of the noises, for which what we do is basically pass through moving average filter. Firstly, moving average filter of 8 point. So what does this do? Moving average filter is basically a low pass filter. So moving average filter of 8 point will eliminate my high frequency noises. Moving average filter of 800 points is also low pass filter, but its cutoff frequency is very small. So this will eliminate my baseline Wander component. This will actually help in eliminating the baseline Wander component, as this only passes the baseline component, and if I subtract this from the other moving average filter signal, then I can get the pure signal which is free from these two noises. After this, I will pass this through autocorrelation function, and from autocorrelation function I will find the first zero crossing point, and from that we can estimate the pitch period. So how is that exactly done? Autocorrelation function of a periodic function is also periodic with the same period. So what we do here is we find the first zero crossing point, and next we find the first peak after the zero crossing point. The distance from autocorrelation of distance from 0 to this index of peak divided by the sampling frequency gives my pitch period. So let us look at the various equations involved. This is the equation of a moving average filter. It is nothing but somewhat comb filter, and this is the difference equation. And the time domain equation of autocorrelation function is given here. I have also written the code for autocorrelation function. It basically has 2 for loops, so complexity is little high, and the code snippet for 0 crossing points is also present. So where will a 0 crossing point be? If there is a negative number 0 followed by a positive number, or positive number 0 followed by a negative number, so their product will always be lesser than 1. So that is what we have given the condition here. And as I told you, the pitch period can be found out by dividing the peak index by fs. Now when we come to the complexity, in autocorrelation function, it is of complexity O of n into n plus 1 by 2, those many number of multiplications. And when we come to 0 crossing points, it is of O of n complexity. Spatial complexity or autocorrelation function also requires a matrix of the same size of the input signal, that is O of n. 0 crossing points, since we want only one 0 crossing point, it's O of 1, that is negligible. So in this way, this is one of the way in which we can estimate the pulse rate and respiratory rate by finding the pitch period. Pulse rate is nothing but the inverse of the period. Now one alternate way is using FFT followed by pitch period estimation through the peak. So FFT stands for fast Fourier transform, which is the speeder, compact and optimal version of discrete Fourier transform. As you can see, these are the mathematical equations for discrete Fourier transform, where Wn is e power minus 2j pi into n into k divided by number of n point divided by capital N, which is n point. So in FFT, what we do is, once we pass the input signal, in the FFT converts it to frequency domain. In the frequency domain, there will be one peak corresponding to the pulse rate or the respiratory rate. We need to find the index of that peak. Once the index of that peak is found, we can eliminate all other points by putting those as 0, and we can apply inverse fast Fourier transform on this to get the pure signal. So that is a way of getting exactly that signal, but since we are not doing any inverse here, we just need the pitch period. So once we get that point, that is related to k, that point is x of k. So for conversion, what we need to do is, the frequency resolution is fs by n, where n is n point FFT. So the frequency is k into fs by n, and the period is 1 by frequency. So coming to the complexity of FFT additions is n log n to the base 2, and complexity of FFT multiplications is n by 2 log n to the base 2. But that of DFT is additions is n into n minus 1 and multiplications is n square. So from this, what we can conclude is FFT is the most optimal method in the frequency domain. In the time domain, it is always autocorrelation function, because autocorrelation function is highly immune to noises. So it is one of the technique which is highly immune to noises. That is why in time domain technique, we always prefer autocorrelation, and frequency domain, we prefer fast Fourier transform. So this is it. We have mentioned the performance metrics also. Thank you. That's a wrap.